Good afternoon. It is 4:30, Wednesday, November 1st. Pretty somewhat interesting day in the markets today. The FOMC, they concluded their two-day Fed meeting. Rate hike odds are now 87%. Of a quarter of a point in all likelihood in December. So 87% probability pretty much looks like a done deal. The other thing is they've been leaking the last day or two that it looks as if Jerome Powell will be the next Fed chair. He's more of the same. He's just Janet Yellen in a different suit. No difference there. He seems to be, other than being a dove, he seems to be kind of like on the fence as far as digital currencies go. Doesn't seem to be for them, doesn't seem to be against them. He says he's okay with private currencies. I mean, this is basically his competitor. I mean, his job is at the Fed is basically to print dollars, okay? And this is a competition. And he says he's okay with that. Come on, who's he kidding? So you got to watch that. Now that Bitcoin is $6,500 a coin, you know the government's going to want to get their hands on that. And you know Wall Street is going to want to get their hands on that. So you got to tread lightly here. Silver had a big day, I would say. It's up about 45 cents. Got back over 17. Not really sure what the reason was. Outperformed gold's up 43 cents, $7.12. So it took back that 17 level. Was it all just because of Powell? Dove? I don't think so. So it had an interesting day. Gold did okay. Gold hit that 1280 level. I had been saying right around there. Looked like it was decent support. It came back below that. It's still in this very tight range. It's really not doing a whole lot of anything. 1276 as we speak. Stocks were up big. They kind of gave a lot of it back. Nasdaq turned negative. Oil turned negative, which was interesting. These were up pretty big. Dow was up over 100 points. Dollar had a decent day. It was up. Gold was up in spite of the fact that the dollar was up. So, you know, I made a video. Well, two things I'll say. Getting back to these rate hikes, 87%. If you didn't see my video from yesterday, I strongly suggest you watch it, where I laid out the rate monetary policy going back to 2000 and every meeting that the Fed had and what they did. Lowered rates, increased rates, held steady, okay? And how gold in 2004, 5, and 6, in spite of raising rates almost every month, gold continued to go up. So this nonsense about how, you know, gold is not going to go up in a rising rate environment. It's complete nonsense. The data proves otherwise. And anyone who thinks that they're going to raise rates like they did back then, you're putting the cart way before the horse. So, I also did a video a while back. It was like September, talking about the anniversary of Black Monday. And let's see how October played out. October barely a hiccup. The whole month of October, stocks didn't have so much as a hiccup. Okay, so are stocks whistling past the graveyard? I'm telling you, this time it is different. All right. So I think the big thing today that caught my attention, Harry Dent. If you know who Harry Dent is, he's this, I don't know what you call him. He's a deflationist. I mean, certainly. And he makes these outlandish calls, you know. and he'll dig his heels in. All right. He's got a new book now. I won't even mention the title because I wouldn't endorse it at all. He's calling for 400, 450 gold, and he's kind of been making this call for a while now, right? We're entering into this winter period, and we're going to get this massive deflation. Stocks are going to collapse, 40, 50%. Gold's going back down to 400. I mean, he's been calling this for how long now? I keep saying people, they have to make a name for themselves. They have to make these outlandish calls, okay? I mean, the cost to get an ounce of gold out of the ground is $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, depending on who you speak to. So if gold was $400 an ounce, all the mines was basically just shut down. They're not going to pull gold out of the ground at $1,200 an ounce cost, and if it's only $400, does this make any sense to you? I mean, does this make any sense on a basic level? Yet this guy is, $400 gold, I mean, deflation. We didn't get the inflation. The Fed, they are desperately afraid of deflation, number one. They can get inflation in 2 seconds. All they have to do is revalue the price of gold. Gold is now $5,000 an ounce. Presto changeo. They have their inflation. Okay? So what is this guy talking about? But this is what's out there. He's got a book. The book comes out, I think, next week. He's projecting this for, I think, the year, 2022, something like that. That this will all happen. I guess he can't make it happen now, because if it doesn't happen now, nobody's going to go out and buy his book, right? So I think there's a timing issue there, Anyway, what do you think of it? What do you think? Is he right? Is the stock market headed for a collapse? 40%, 50%? Is gold going down to 400? 500? Is he right? I mean, there's a lot of carnival barkers on YouTube that have been saying that for years, right? If you listen to them, you're poor. You're in the poorhouse if you listen to all these carnival barkers. The dollar's going to collapse. Stocks are going to collapse. Gold's going to 5,000. They know who they are. You're not going to get that here. Stop listening to the people who have been getting it wrong. Start listening to the people who have been getting it right. Anyway, that's it. Pretty quiet day. Next 2 days will be interesting. It should be official tomorrow who Trump is going to pick. If he goes with Powell, pretty much a wasted opportunity. I thought he was going to drain the swamp. This was an opportunity to drain the swamp. No? Seems like it's just status quo. Tomorrow, then Friday is the big non-farm payroll number. ADP number was higher than expected today. Is good news bad news? So we'll see what the non-farm payroll comes out. Just that's about it. Consumer confidence seems to look like it's at an all-time high. These might be lemmings right about to walk over the cliff. Savings rate is getting starting to go down. Got to watch this here. So that's it, people. Pretty much ho-hum day, I would say, all in all. So, except for silver. Silver had a nice move. I mean, haven't seen a move like that in silver in quite a while now. But like I said, until gold breaks out at 1340, we're really going nowhere. It's just in this tight range. This is just Chinese water torch I was telling you about. That's all it is. Up, down, goes nowhere. So we'll see. Have a good day, people. Ciao.